What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction as well as an adorable Luca. And we're back for one final remix on the second disc of the Time and Again compilation. Again, mea culpa, I thought I was done with those remixes, so that's why I went on to the remix of Velvet, but I was mistaken. Thank you to Sophia for providing all the notes as we've gone through this Time and Again compilation. And maybe it actually works that I did it slightly out of order as intended, if only because since I did the reaction to the Aural Float remix of Cozy Prisons, Gabrielle from the Aural Float team commented on that reaction. So I have pinned that to the top of the comment section. You can check it out if you want. But essentially he said, some of the sonic stylings I notice, like the dub reggae feel, the down-tempo ambience of the tune, that's exactly what they were going for. And he mentioned that they took it as a challenge to take a tune like Cozy Prisons and to do something interesting with it. So I absolutely think they did, and I really appreciated his comment as he appreciated the reaction. And I also wanted to wish a very happy birthday to Morten Harket, whose birthday is today. Obviously, Morten, I think, is in the mind of a-ha fans perhaps even more than usual, given the recent update about his health and hoping for the very best for him. So yes, happy birthday to Morten Harket. The best wishes for his health, the gladdest tidings for him, no matter what happens in the future when it comes to any further participation with a-ha and singing in general. So yes, thank you to Morten Harket for all of his work and his incredible voice and his dynamic charisma as the lead singer of this incredible band, and his own solo work, of course. And happy birthday to him. And yes, the final tune on the Time and Again remixes compilation that I haven't reacted to is the Erik Ljunggren remix of Foot of the Mountain. Obviously an immensely consequential tune in the history of the band in terms of the normal studio version, and I'm curious to hear how it might be different with this remix in terms of the sonics and or the duration, so I'll try to catch what I can. Let's give it a listen. This is a-ha, Foot of the Mountain, the Erik Ljunggren remix, and it's from the second disc of the Time and Again compilation.
Silence everything. Silence always wins. It's a perfect alibi. There's no need to analyze. We'll be alright through the longest night. Just silence everything. But we could live by the foot of the mountain. Leave what I was doing. Speak when spoken to, and do what others do. Silence always wins, so silence everything. It will be alright in the morning light. Just silence everything. But we could live by
Wow. It's very different from the album version, and yet I think it's very true to the spirit of the album version, which again is already a song that had been changed notably. But yeah, I feel like number one, the opening and the ending have a different quality. Like, there's still a degree of like epic emotion in the opening of the album version, but here it's like more cinematic. It's more almost like score music, and then suddenly it shifts into a very dance floor driven type of tune. And not to say that the studio version or the album version doesn't have energy and a bit of drive to it, but here again it feels more dance floor. It's got some electronic touches that I don't think are in the album version. I was going to say the original version, which again in this case is more complicated. But yes, it still feels like the tune that's on the album of the same name, and yet it definitely has a lot of sonic differences. And of course, there's a couple moments where I think Morten's voice just like really stands to the fore, and like my brain stops thinking about, the different sonic ingredients or, the different arrangement, and it just like it's following his vocal lead. But yeah, again, I enjoy the electronic dance drive to this remix. I enjoy the scope of the intro and the latter section. So yeah, like time wise, I feel like it's roughly the same, maybe a little bit longer. What? Let me check the length of this one. Almost 5 minutes, so maybe it's a tad longer. I don't think it's terribly different. Like sometimes you hear a remix and it's clear that it's 2 minutes longer or shorter. I suppose it could be, but I think a lot of remixes tend to go the other way. But yeah, this one feels like it's roughly in the same range, and I don't quite know about each moment of the chronology as I sit here. But yeah, it somehow managed to be quite different from, and yet still in the vein of, the album version. So let me know if you disagree, let me know if you have a different take on it. But yeah, shout out to Erik Ljunggren. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I think I probably am, but... Oh wait, what? I feel like the metadata for this one is like off or something. I'm not sure. Nevertheless, yes, Erik Ljunggren is the way I'd be inclined to pronounce it. So yeah, shout out to him. It's a cool version of the tune, and once again, I appreciate all those who've continued on with this AHA deep dive as we've gone through all these different remixes, demos, live performances, and so on, and I will try to keep things coming. I did want to once again thank Sophia for providing the notes as we've gone through this Time and Again compilation. Shout out to Graham, who shared a few different versions of Velvet. I don't know if I should jump right back to another version of Velvet, given that I did one last week, but we'll keep figuring things out. Again, I've got a lot of bootleg material available to go through, so the live performance reactions will not be finishing anytime soon, and I just want to keep talking and hearing AHA, so hopefully you're all here for that. Let me know what you think of this remix. I will see you for the next one. Peace.